It's precisely 6:15. This is the news on Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. News is edited by Anjana Dodamgoda, read by Sabrina Zawahir. The headlines. The President appoints expert committee to tackle construction sector challenges. Sri Lanka to begin AI curriculum from 19th of this month in schools. Application deadline for second phase of Aswasuma extended. Bail rejected for former Minister Kehelia, ex-Health Secretary and 4 others. 500 million rupees allocated for paddy purchase. Bringing tourism beyond coastal areas is essential to enhance country's economy. And in world news, Taiwan, China launch rescue bid after boat capsizes near sensitive islands. And in sports, it's cricket. Richmond and Mahinda will play their 119th Battle of the Lovers big match tomorrow. Now the local news in detail. President Ranil Wickremesinghe announced that an expert committee would be appointed to investigate and propose solutions for the prevailing economic challenges, particularly within the construction sector. This declaration was made during a discussion held at the Presidential Secretariat yesterday, attended by industrialists from the construction sector. President Wickremesinghe emphasized the inclusion of experts from the Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Urban Development and Housing in this committee formation process. Furthermore, he assured relief for industrialists across various sectors throughout debt restructuring by the following year. The discussion also delved into the issues faced by contractors of all scales and parties within the construction field, including the revival of stalled projects, the establishment of an investment-friendly environment, the promotion of construction services, and alternative funding and contracts. Counselling matters were extensively addressed during the session. The Ministry of Education says arrangements have been made to revise the IT curriculum in state schools. Minister of Education Cecil Premjantha announced that the pilot project in this regard will be launched next Tuesday. He further said that under the pilot project, steps have been taken to introduce information technology, including artificial intelligence, in the education system of state schools from grades 8 to 13. Minister Premjantha said that Microsoft has partnered with the ministry to provide the necessary assistance in this regard. He pointed out that the introduction of the new IT curriculum will enable imparting the subject knowledge according to international standards. State Minister of Finance Shahan Singha said the deadline to submit applications for the second phase of the Aswasuma Welfare Benefit Program has been extended until 22nd of this month. Talking to X to announce this, Singha highlighted that so far 130,000 new applicants have been received in the system and that more applications which have been handed over physically need to be entered into the data system by the divisional secretariats. The acceptance of applications for the second phase of Aswasuma program commenced on February 15th. Accordingly, the families that could not submit applications during the first phase or did not participate in the housing information census can apply during the new phase, as earlier announced by the Welfare Benefits Board. During the second phase of Aswasuma, benefits are anticipated to be extended to 2.4 million families. This news is brought to you by Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
At People's Bank, we empower your pride. People's Bank, pride of the nation.
Continuing local news, Maligakhanda Magistrates Court has once again rejected bail for former Minister of Health Kehelia Rambukwella, former Ministry Secretary and 4 others until conclusion of the case over the import of substandard human immunoglobulin virus 8 individuals, including former Health Minister Keheli Rambukwella, former Health Ministry Secretary Janaka Chandragupta and Additional Secretary of the Health Ministry Dr. Saman Ratnayaka, currently remain under remand custody following their arrest in connection with the case. The Criminal Investigation Department arrested Rambukwella on 2nd of February in connection with the procurement of substandard human intravenous immunoglobulin when he arrived there, complying with a court order. He had been grilled for nearly 10 hours before being arrested. Minister of Agriculture Mahinda Amaravira said President Ranil Wickremesinghe has ordered to allocate 500 million rupees to purchase paddy. At least 2 paddy purchasing centres will be set up for purchasing paddy in each district. That ends local news.
Right decisions with noble intentions bring pride to you and the nation. At People's Bank, we empower your pride. People's Bank, pride of the nation.
The main news story is brought to you by Sinhala Mahatmya.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe stressed the need to expand the tourism industry beyond coastal areas to strengthen the country's economy. The President highlighted the significance of the South in driving tourism promotion within the country, particularly outlining plans to develop Galle into a major tourist city. President Ranil Wickremesinghe made these remarks while handing over Serin River Park, the ecological park in Huluwagoda, Galle, to the public yesterday. Construction on this park, which commenced in 2021, has transformed a 14-acre fallow field into a vibrant recreational space. Initiated by Minister Ramesh Patirana, the project plans were crafted by the Urban Development Authority with construction executed by the Sri Lanka Land Reclamation Corporation. The project, estimated at 440 million rupees, encompasses various features such as a lake, walking paths, iron bridges, children's park, market stalls and ecosystems with electricity sourced from solar lightning. That came to you from Main News.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala Mahatmya.
Watch Live is brought to you by
CIB Navy offer valuable gifts and gift vouchers, 25% discount for bank cards till 10th of April. Visit CIB today. CIB revives once always.
Starting this evening, the Railway Department has launched online reservations for all train seats, covering both standard seat bookings and warrant reservations. This comprehensive system allows passengers to make reservations through the official website www.seatreservation.railway.gov.lk. Additionally, phone bookings are available through Mobitel, Hutch and Airtel on 365, Dialog on 444 and Telecom networks on 1265. Passengers also have the option to make reservations using the Sri Lanka Railways Reservation mobile application. This new initiative aims to streamline the reservation process and provide passengers with a convenient way to secure their seats for train journeys. That came to you in Watchlight.
CIB Navy offer valuable gifts and gift vouchers, 25% discount for bank cards till 10th of April. Visit CIB today. CIB revives once always.
Coming up, World News.
Taking a look at the world news headlines. Taiwan, China launch rescue bid after boat capsizes near sensitive islands. Israeli fire kills 6 Gazans awaiting aid trucks, say Palestinian health officials. Smudged ID cards, missing names blemish Congo's $1 billion election. Now the world news in detail. Taiwan dispatched Coast Guard's boats today to join a rescue mission at China's request after a fishing vessel capsized near the Taiwan-controlled Kinmen Islands amid heightened tensions in the sensitive Taiwan Strait. China claims democratically governed Taiwan as its own territory over the island's strong objections and has stepped up military activities near it in recent years, with almost daily incursions into air defense identification zones. Authorities on both sides sent the rescue boats after a Chinese fishing vessel capsized in the early hours, Taiwan's Coast Guard said in a statement, adding that 2 people were missing, though 2 had been rescued after 2 bodies retrieved. Gaza Health Ministry officials said today Israeli fire killed 6 Palestinians with wounded dozens of others as crowds of residents awaited aid trucks in Gaza City. Palestinians were rushing to get aid supplies at the Kuwaiti roundabout in northern Gaza City late on Wednesday evening when Israeli forces opened fire, residents and health officials said. The Israeli military did not immediately respond to a request for a comment on the incident. Congolese law student Stephanie was exonerated to sit for the photo for a voter identity card that would allow her for the first time to have a say in the future of her nation. The 23-year-old's enthusiasm soared when she was handed a card bearing a distorted image she said looked nothing like her. Within a few weeks, the printed text on the card began to fade. On election day, the card was completely illegible, she said, speaking in the city of Bowewo in the east of Democratic Republic of Congo, a month after the December 20th election. That ends World News. Prior to concluding, the headlines of the World News once again. Taiwan, China launch rescue bid after boat capsizes near sensitive islands. Israeli fire kills 6 Gazans awaiting aid trucks, say Palestinian health officials. Smudged ID cards, missing names blemish Congo's $1 billion election. That ends World News.
Development News.
Power and Energy Minister Kanchana Wijesekara said today the ministry and the CEB have called for proposals on international competitive bidding for a 50-megawatt wind farm facility in Mannar. The minister said requests for the proposals have been advertised. The minister said the deadline to submit proposals is 9th May 2024. That was Development News.
Moving on with sports news.
2 leading southern schools, Richmond and Mahinda, will play their 119th Battle of the Lovers big match tomorrow and day after at Galle International Cricket Stadium. With the 119 big match, the 2 schools wanted to build up their brotherhood. 2 schools' joint organising committee already planned to make the event a success, while they wanted to maintain very good discipline during this 2-day game. That was Sports News.
Go ekakiyana youth ekat life eke change ekat niyameta set wenna as wahagena dakapu hina habe karanna youth ekat niyameta set wenna friendship eka menna.
The all new NSB Itru account, NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Previously known as J.L. Morrison Son & Jones Ceylon plc and now a subsidiary of the Hemas Group, have recently invested 400 million rupees to upgrade their facility in Mutwal, Alutmavata. In addition, after the acquisition, Hemas Group in 2013 has invested 4 billion rupees to build a new pharmaceutical manufacturing factory in Homagama, which was opened in 2022. Morrison's in 1959 ventured into pharmaceutical manufacturing with its facility at Mutwal. That was Business News.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekakiyana youth ekat life eke change ekat niyameta set wenna as wahagena dakapu hina habe karanna youth ekat niyameta set wenna friendship eka menna.
The all new NSB Itru account, NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
Moving on to economic news, Hambantota International Port said yesterday there were 6 cruise ship calls in January and February carrying over 6,000 passengers to Sri Lanka. It said the Celebrity Millennium, largest of the cruise ships that called, sailing between the lines of Hambantota, Colombo and Phuket, Thailand, arrived at the port twice on 14th and 26th February, respectively. The Silver Moon, also bound for Phuket, called at HIP on 20th February, arriving from the Colombo port. The January visits included 2 calls by Jacques Cartier, a Class A passenger vessel sailing under the Wallis Fortuna Island flag, and the Riviera, which arrived in Sri Lanka from the Maldives. The Riviera set sail from HIP to Phuket, while the Jacques Cartier visited the Galle, Trincomalee and Colombo ports. That was the economic news.
Weather report.
Finally, we take a look at the weather report. Showers or thundershowers may occur at several places in the western, Sabaragamuwa, southern and central provinces the evening or night. Mainly dry weather will prevail elsewhere over the island. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the Sabaragamuwa, central and Uva provinces and in the Galle and Mathura districts during the morning. That was the weather report. Prior to concluding this bulletin of news, the headlines once again. The President appoints expert committee to tackle construction sector challenges. Sri Lanka to begin AI curriculum from 19th of this month in schools. Application deadline for second phase of Aswasuma extended. Bail rejected for former Minister Kehelia, ex-Health Secretary and 4 others. 500 million rupees allocated for paddy purchase. Bringing tourism beyond coastal areas is essential to enhance country's economy. With that, we conclude the news. Over to my friends as well as yours, who's all get up to keep you entertained with a wonderful collection of music indeed. Over to you, Marilla and Navindu.